I was seeing a bunch of lines, like light lines, it almost looked like the pattern of a maze, but there were lines interconnecting things. That's what they are. The lines are connecting and connecting everything, and everything together is connected by these little rays of light.
Is this the tapestry? Is this the tapestry? There's a tapestry somewhere in a temple, higher temples of, there's a tapestry that literally connects every single soul, human being, every soul actually on the planet. Oh, is that what it is?
Just seeing.
What is this? Okay, clearing darkness from the sky. Sharing more about dark versus light is really good. There's a lot of clarity there for people that are still in the duality, particularly in the spiritual realm as well. Oh my God, I can't say that word. Claircognizant.
Claire, I can't. You mean clairvoyance?
No. It's the instant knowing. Claircognizant.
Claircognitions? Our cognition?
You're gonna have to look that up. There's a lot of downloads happening for you both currently. There's going to be a integration point, integration moment where you realize how everything has been working. For claircognizant is the in knowing. You're going to receive a lot more information now. It will flow in a different way than you're used to. This is for you and Will. It's like reading many books instantly. You're just going to know. Clearing more pathways for this integration, pathways in the mind. You have no...
The connection piece, knowledge is connected to all the lines I was seeing, is that everyone is connected. And because everyone is connected, we can tap into the oneness, the collective mind. And because we can connect into that, we can connect into everyone's higher self at the same time, gaining all the knowledge from everyone's higher self, which is getting knowledge from anything above that. Everything is all connected. And so just tapping into the right point, you can gain everything at once, all knowledge at once. And through us doing this is sending our knowledge out to everyone else as well, opening their minds to see and understand some of the stuff that we're receiving, so that this exploration becomes a gift, not just for us, but for everyone. In some, if not in some, for some in small cases, as well, for others maybe larger, depending on how open their minds are to receiving. And that as we continue to do that, it just shares over and over. So it's not necessary for anyone to really do anything. It's just that through our own collective gaining of knowledge, we're also sharing and helping bring others to light just as a result of what we're doing. It's like our continued searching is and seeking for information is helping others at the same time. So it's like that whole thing of you're doing something, you're like, is what I'm doing actually having an effect? Is it helping anyone? Am I making a difference in this world? Yes, because you're connected to everyone. Even if you don't see it, even if you can't tap into it and touch it, you're still connected. You're still shooting out little sparks of light to everyone else. Even if you were to hide away in a cave somewhere and never see another human being in your entire life, you're still connected. You're still part of all of this. It's like the concept that we are basically beings of the same body, of this living universe, and we're all little cells, and all our job is to help make that body thrive. It's like, it doesn't matter which part of the body you are and what you do, you're still part of it. You still have an effect on its survival, and its thriving, and its growing, and its healing, on its changing and evolving. So nobody needs to feel inadequate because they haven't made any changes that they can see, or aren't able to maybe manifest or tap into anything. It's like, oh, I can't do that yet. It's like, don't worry about it, because you just having the thought and the desire to want to participate, you just doing that is still creating change. You're still adding to everything that everyone else is doing. You're still part of it.
That's so interesting, because we've just been taught the complete like, man, the more people it would just be great if it was in like say our school systems, but that's also the problem too, is because it's not the larger body of everything's designed to keep us away from knowing how powerful we are and how like
Yeah.
how so claircognizant, so that word is knowing everything you need to know when you want to know it. Okay. And that's also coming through very connected. Feels like I'm talking. Whoa. Okay. So your information is coming through crystal clear now. Whoa. Usually I can like tell. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
This one is okay. I feel like I'm like a brand new MacBook or something. Whoo. Do you feel any different? Let's see. Okay. We're going to give you a book. We're going to give you a book. You are going to give this book to Will. Okay.
This is like, I'm seeing this cone. It looks like a cone. This image of this cone inside the book. But inside the cone it looks like a galaxy inside of it. And it's
The infinite knowledge. That's what it
and
and
it's
you're
like the knowledge funnels through.
yeah, the knowledge funnels through. You're funneling
Mhm.
whatever it is that you want to know.
Mhm.
Funneling all knowledge. It's all there. Anything that you want to know is there. So think of something. Wait, is this integrated right away? Yes. Okay.
So I'm tapping on, I can like basically tap onto one of the little light stars I see in that picture. I'm seeing.
Oh, okay. So parts of the brain. So sharing more about parts of the brain is an example. So the pituitary gland, we all have access to being psychic, like clairvoyant, clairsentient, claircognizant, claircognizant, clairaudient, clairfragment as the five. We all have it. It's just we've been kind of programmed to not be like just to not think that we have it. And our pituitary gland is an example of they don't, for a long time, there wasn't really much talk about the brain and the pituitary gland. And the pituitary gland is basically your modem, your system into accessing higher knowledge and even the gray matter in the brain. Thinking that, what did they say? Einstein used more than anybody else, but it's not that. He was just accessing information from this, as an example, because everybody thinks that it's like you memorize something, and that's what it is for most people. When you go to school, you learn something, you memorize it, and you recite it. But really, it's when you have this connection, you can access, because it's all energy. All that energy is somewhere. You can access that energy because when you're all connected, you can connect to anything in a way.
There's parts of the brain where you can actually, there's little portals where information can come in and go out. And this is where people have come up with ideas and created inventions and tried different things and had the thought to create something and to come with something, is that they've inadvertently accessed a portal in their brain that's connected to their third eye to see knowledge of something, some form of technology, some form of just new idea to do something. Because, coming up with a recipe for a food, or just saying, let's try and put these things together and see what happens. So it's that, or it's, let's put all these little metallic things together to make a computer and electricity and just all that stuff. It's like any spark of an idea is someone tapping into a portal connected through their third eye to see and obtain knowledge instantaneously to create that idea.
That's so interesting because my dad, just even two examples, like my dad, even just talking to him, because he used to be a chef, and he said he would have dreams of making new recipes and things, and he would wake up and he would just know. And then a friend who he just gets all these ideas to invent things that just come into his head, and he's like, there's just so many ideas, I need to start with one. But that's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like you're just our mind can access anything from anywhere through we aren't just using, X amount of part of our brain. We're using all of it. We can use all of it. We're just being told that we normally don't. and that no one ever does, but people actually access it all the time, and that's where the ideas come from. But they don't know how to explain that, because how can they explain that someone's opening a portal in their mind to obtain knowledge, and this portal is what's connecting them to the collective, which is the universe, collecting, like I said earlier, the higher selves, which connect to the beings above them, and the beings above them, and just obtaining the knowledge. They're basically just opening up a portal, but it's a communication portal. It's not a portal where you necessarily have to travel through. It's like opening up a portal and just pulling in the idea.
The instant download. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a download. Yep. Thank you. And that's what certain portions of our brain can do, to pull that in. That's how thoughts work. That's how memories work. Memories are portals to the past, memory obtained. We know how to act. We've taught our brain how to access that and grab it. We're like, here it is. So when we remember something, or you know how we say that, this is so cool. So we know how the time doesn't exist. It's all linear, right? We talk about that all the time. Everyone's talking about that kind of stuff. When it's not really traveling to the past, you're just traveling to that now. Your mind sends a message from this now to that now of that memory, and pulls that knowledge back and makes it present here. And you've just created the habit in your brain to be able to remember how to access that one portal that goes to that instant. It's like it's sending back and say, give me that energy so I can remind someone of that and talk about that. What happened yesterday? What happened 5 years ago? This thing there. And that's a portal to our own past, or that own moment, our own now of a different, that now, right? And it's like you're communicating with that version of you of that now. And you're talking to it, so that this connectivity, this connected to the collective to get knowledge, isn't just like I'm getting data from all of them that are in this moment and all of them in their current existence moment. It could also be other moments from other times or whatever. I have to save time because I have no other way to explain it.
Lives.
Yeah, because so I could be getting knowledge right now from Einstein 50 years ago, or whenever he lived, right? Or to some other idea from some other soul that's gonna be created in the future. It's you can get the data from anywhere, any point in time. So basically, I could obtain knowledge that you learned when you were 5 years old, potentially.
And then anything that's been written in a book, or that someone's written, that's been a thought, that's an idea, that's been like a book, you have access to tap into that, because that like was written on a page or printed. It's all just energy and it's all connected. So you have an infinite library, essentially.
Yeah, this is why we encounter deja vu sometimes, because we've seen, we've connected with the data that someone else has collected or whatever, the image or the experience, and we accidentally tapped into it at one point, whether in a dream or when some other thought pattern or whatever, other connection. We saw it, and then and then we see it again in our current life at one point, and we're just like, wait a second, this, oh no. And that's why multiple people can have the same ideas. Think about it. It's
say there's an idea that needs to come through right now, and it's super important, exactly what we're doing as right. But this idea, there's so much information that needs to be pushed through, or to help, or to advance and do all the things. And there's I mean, now there's more and more people kind of awakening, but they're like, okay, there's another one awake. Okay, let's do it. But it's like that in a way. There's just so many things that need to come through, which is what we're showing you. That's what they said, what we're showing you.